Do you really want the things that you think you want? And I mean, really. This is a question that I've had to ask myself over the past few days, but especially yesterday is when I really asked myself that question. But I've been thinking about this over the past week, really longer, how things just pop in and then pop out. But it really made me think about it yesterday. Everything that you want is just a physical manifestation of your deepest desires. My deepest desires are freedom, love, acceptance, safety, and beauty. I can think of a bunch of different things that I have wanted and desired. One thing I want is to move to a specific place that is so beautiful, quite pricey. It's not a cheap place to live, but I don't think that's the issue. But there's a very specific place where I would like to live. And when I think about that place, it reminds me of freedom and beauty and openness and connection with self and just being like isness. When I really sat with myself and I asked myself, why don't you feel like you have that right now? Like, I understand this is a place that you want to be and that you shall be soon enough. But do you have that right now? I have it in pieces and parts, but not the entirety of the way I want it. And it just called into question a lot of things that I've said I've wanted over the years. I sing, being a singer, you're supposed to want to be famous and want to have all these things. And there was a part of me when I hit about 30 that was really disappointed that I didn't have that. And now looking back, I actually didn't want any of that. Like fame and all of that stuff. I'm a very private and hidden person. So the idea of having my life online for everyone to see is not something that appeals to me. And what I mean by life is like all of the shits that most people probably should not see that I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind sharing things like this, but like super private things, my family wouldn't even know. But I just realized that a lot of the things that I've wanted in the past were from a space of deep longing of something that I wanted on the inside of myself. So it called me into question, what is it that I really want? I am in a current space, a void space, and I've talked about this before, where everything is new. Like nothing is created yet. It's just endless possibilities and emptiness, to be honest. And I've not been really sure what to do with it, but I feel like I'm not supposed to know what to do with it. But along with being in this open, empty space, a lot of things were wiped away and a lot of desires and want. Like, for instance, this is a really deep desire that I'm still not quite over. I've always wanted to be married. I've never wanted to have kids, but I wanted to be married and in love and all of these different things. And now I've been asking myself over the past few months why. When I think about my history with my father, with men in general, and I get really honest with myself over my issues, the truth is I I really have not liked men at all for a very long time. Like on a core level, on a hurt level, they disgust me in good ways and in bad ways. And it's like, how can someone disgust you in a good way? Someone can disgust me in a good way. I admire them. I think they're beautiful beings. I think they have such great potential. Um, but I think in our world, they have been manipulated to believe something about themselves, about being a man that was never true. And it shows. It shows in how they act and how they respond to emotions or lack thereof in women, and the respect or lack of respect that many of them have. And the truth is, it was never about men. How do I put this? I've been hurt by men, the closest men to me. But my issue with them had really nothing to do with them. It was the effects of what had happened. But overall, it's been a part of me that I found disgusting. Being human, being a part of this experience, the masculinity within me, I've been averted to, not wanting to touch it because of these emotions, and feeling a bit lost in all of that. The truth is, I've been desiring myself more than any man. I've been desiring a love and care for myself that I have not known how to give. And what I thought I wanted when it came to a husband was really the part of me that's protective and loving and sees me and feels me. Over the years, I've been giving it to myself the best way I could in spite of not having, that thing. But really, I've only been half giving to myself because a part of me has been expecting someone to come in and heal that wound that men have put in my life. And it's up to no one to do that. It's up to me to do that. No man on this earth can give me what my heart truly desires. Only I can do that. Only I can give me what it is that I've been longing for my entire life. And no man could compete with that. It's so funny. A few months back, I was talking to a guy and he went on that rant that men do, like, why women are single nowadays? And I'm like, please save me. Like, just save it. Save it for someone else. But the reason why, I can't speak for every woman, but the reason why I've been single, and I think a lot of women are single, is because we finally realize that there is nothing any man can really give us. There has been a history long, I almost want to say de-evolving of women, that has been a campaign against us for thousands of years. And I think women are finally in a position where we're able to realize, wait a minute, this person is emotionally immature. They can never really be their full self because they're expected to be this version of a man that they've been taught. They're looking for their mama a lot of times. Toxic, draining. And I'm looking for something in them that they literally don't have the capacity to give. Not all men, but a lot of men. And I'm saying a lot because it's true. They don't have the capacity to give it. So why am I spending my time allowing myself to be drained of my life force? What I really wanted to say to that guy, and I didn't realize it until after the fact because I didn't know it at the time. The reason why a lot of women are single now, including myself, is because every man, and I mean every single one on some level, every single one that I've ever dated, been with, whatever, has been so fucking draining that by the time I'm done with them, I need months to recover. Even if the interaction was only a day, a few weeks long, a month long, or however long, I need months to recover from how much I was drained from. And you know what? Sometimes I don't mind because I know that the mother speaks through me and that I'm meant to give that time. But overall, it's just been so fucking draining that I literally cannot take it anymore. I realize that going forward in the future, number one, I have to have a different relationship with myself, and I have to have a different relationship with relationships. Do you get what I'm saying? I see myself in the future, and I see this woman who is fully at peace with herself. She is powerful. She's walking in her power. She's amazing. And I don't see her depending on a man emotionally or really depending on him in any way. If a man is to be in my life, it's because he wants to be, obviously, and it's because I allow it. But it's because he is to serve a specific purpose in my life that has nothing to do with fulfilling me. And when I see this woman, she's surrounded by beautiful masculine energy that is there to serve, but not to fulfill. Do you get what I'm saying? And what I give from my energy is so radiant, they could never drain it. You get what I'm saying? Like that wholeness. I don't need you to be whole or feel whole. I'm already whole. Your purpose in my life serves me in some way, but not to fill me. And that was a little jarring after many years of wanting this one thing, and then all of a sudden, oh, I didn't really want that. I really wanted something else. I don't think I'll ever be married. And if I am, it's a very, very specific type of relationship where it's understood that he is to be of service to me in some way. It wouldn't be a traditional relationship. I don't think I could ever be in a traditional relationship. And it makes a lot of sense why I'm not in one. I asked myself, why have I been single for so long? And when I'm honest with myself, it's because I've wanted to be. Whenever I would put myself in a situation, in my mind, I have all these things that I think it's going to be great. But when I'm in it, even if the guy is good, it's like, I really don't want you. I wanted something from you that you could not give, and I was disappointed. Now I'm in a space of, I actually don't want that from you. That if you are to come into my life, it's because you serve a beautiful purpose, but not because I need you emotionally to feel me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you coming into my life is an addition of happiness and not one of codependency. Not in that way. We all depend on each other in certain ways, but not in that way. And so it's changing my brain on how I think about what love truly is in relationships and relationship with myself. And I honestly haven't known how to handle that, to be completely honest. And it's made me question everything that I've ever thought I wanted. Even when it comes down to money, I'm a person that has never really cared about money. And when I look at my life, it shows. Because I will do the bare minimum just to get by, but not necessarily to have all the things. And I always wonder, like, why is it, like, why are other people so motivated and I just don't give a shit? It's like I care about my life, but not for all the things. It's like as long as it works and as long as it's serving a purpose, I didn't really care. And I understand now it's because I was more dedicated to the soul part of myself. I've been dedicated to clearing my soul and my spirit, to advancing here and here versus outside of myself, because I know that's most important. And for a long time, I was like, this is great, but when is it going to show? You know, like, when is all these things going to show? And I'm like, you mean it hasn't been, Crystal? Really? Like, you're going to downplay yourself that much? And now I'm in a space of realizing it was never about money at all. Even in the things that I felt like I didn't have, it was never about any of that. I've been so heavily dedicated to this evolution of self, necessary, now not as heavily necessary, because I feel like I've come to understand a lot of things more than I didn't before. I'm sorry, I hear the dogs barking and I'm thinking at the same time. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I had to pause. But trying to remember what the hell I was thinking about. It was never about the money. I want something more that it cannot provide me. And deep down, I've always known that, but I haven't been able to accept that. It's not to say that, oh, I won't care about money or, won't have. It's not, no, not saying that at all. It's more so about I have a job to do something, and that something takes precedence over everything else in my life, regardless of how that may look. And that's something that I've been having to accept. I know that bounty and everything that I've ever really wanted will come from that. Like, I will see the fruits of that. But right now, what I really, really want is deep peace within myself, where I am, who I am, and acceptance. Because there's different levels of acceptance that I have not done yet because I don't really know what I'm supposed to be accepting as of yet. But I know that the life that I was dreaming for myself is going to look hella different. It's going to look hella different. And there's parts of me that has still like even when it comes to the marriage thing, like, what? No, I always wanted this thing so long. And it's like, it can't be what I thought it was. Because it doesn't mesh with who I really am on the inside. I have something so much more important to share. And I don't think I fully accepted that either. That's another task. But anyways, it's 20 minutes. Of course I talk. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for listening.